like that is happening in the NFL. And obviously, right now in the NFL, coaching searching is it is what the topic of choice is right now because teams are making their moves. They're trying to fill their vacancies and like
Yeah.
whatnot. And today on the four-letter network, ESPN. Let's go ahead and name drop
The
them.
mothership.
People know who they are. I mean, ESPN is like the gold of sports talk, right? Like anybody that wants to be a sports talker wants to be on ESPN. And they come out and said that there are not enough black coaches and GMs in the NFL, and that they need to fix that. They need to change a rule. They needed to do something to where there's more black coaches and GMs in the NFL. First things first. Why? Like what is the big deal?
There is already a rule in place to help advance us. It's called the Rooney Rule. Okay? And no matter if you know ahead of time that you're going to hire a certain coach, if you know ahead of time you want a certain coach, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Bill Parcells. I don't care if you bring back the greatest coach of all time. You still have to interview a minority for the position.
Right.
The one question that I've always posed, and, it's hard for us to talk about this because we are not men of color. I mean, red is a color.
Yeah.
So we're
white is a color too.
Yeah. and so I just, I posed a question in the past where, isn't it more of a slap in the face for me to go to, I don't know, let's Stephen A. Smith. Hey, Stephen A., look,
right.
I'm going to hire this guy for the head coach, but the rules say I have to interview you. I'm not going to hire you, but you can come talk to me.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand. Look, there are a lot of assistant coaches. There are a lot of offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators who are minorities.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about, there's only two African-American head coaches in the NFL. One of them I happen to think might be the best coach in the NFL out there in Pittsburgh. And I just... And not only that, but Brian Flores is doing an amazing job down in Miami. So... I don't know. Like I said, it's tough to talk about because no matter which way you go, especially this day and age, especially in the cancel culture that we live in, no matter what I say is going to sound wrong because I am a white man talking about it.
Exactly.
So I just, it is what it is. I'm not against it. I mean, I'm not against the hiring of black head coaches, but I am against if there's somebody more qualified for the job and you don't get it, you don't get it. That's the part of it that I don't understand. Like, I'm telling you right now, I want me to have Rob Saleh instead of Bieniemy. Like, I think Robert Saleh is going to make a much better head coach than Eric Bieniemy would have. And that seemed to be the consensus across the league as well after Bieniemy interviewed. Like, so if that's the case, you can't tell me that it keeps coming back to the owners, they want to have white head coaches and they want to, blah, blah, blah. 90, I would love to see what the percentage is of black players to white players, because it just doesn't make sense to me that you only want to keep white head coaches. Like so to me, I just think that they're hiring the person that best fits the job description to run the team that they own.
Right. So one thing that I learned, back in like high school and probably like junior high was like many of your best coaches were some of the worst athletes, right?
Yeah.
Because they had the opportunity to sit on the bench and actually see the game like develop and show up and like we've seen really very few like dominant good players in the NFL, Major League Baseball and basketball become good head coaches or general managers like at the point. Yes, John Elway might be an exception, but like now I don't think he is even considered the general manager. Like I think who is the 49ers general manager? That white guy that was the safety for the Buccaneers for the longest time. He played for the Broncos as well. But yeah, so I mean, like he could be, he could be an exception too. But like,
I even remember what number he was. He was number 47. I just can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name right now either. It is funny, like you can put somebody like, he did this, and this. What is his name?
John Lynch.
Yeah, there you go, John Lynch. He was a hell. Like he was probably the most grittiest safety.
I should have just looked in the comments.
Seen. Right, there you go. What's up, Tori? But like my biggest thing is like, what is the big deal about race? Like at the end of the day, like I want to go out on a limb and say that I think the Rooney Rule is kind of what is dividing like our culture. Like we see a little bit of crack, and then you throw a rule like this and saying that you have to interview this guy, like he cannot be qualified at all, but you have to interview. It's just it puts a sour taste in my mouth.
We're really on a slippery slope here because, like I said, no matter which way we go with it, we are going to not be taken seriously or be seen as we feel a certain way. And I'll be the first one to tell you, man, look, there is not a racist bone in my body. Like, it's just not how I live. But I am a person of common sense. And to me, common sense would tell you that if I'm not qualified for a job and somebody came to me and said, hey, look, you're not qualified for this job, I'm not going to hire you, but I have to interview somebody, I have to interview a redhead for the job, so can you just come talk to me? I'm going to be like, dude, go screw yourself. Why are you going to waste my time?
Exactly.
And I don't know, like I don't Tori Anderson, no Bears fan has common sense. But no, I just I don't know. I don't. If that is a thing, let's say it is a thing. Let's play devil's advocate here. Let's say the owners are all racist owners who only want white men running the organization.
Okay.
How stupid is that? To say in this day and age, there is zero chance that I'm going to have a black man run my organization that is filled with players who are black.
I'm going to tell you that
that would be a dumb thing to think. You know what I mean? Like I just can't fathom that these owners who are smart enough, who are millionaires, billionaires, whatever the hell they are, to sit there and think to themselves, a black man could not, get to these guys and coach them the way that a white man can. That would just be stupid. Yeah, and if there are owners who think like that, coaches. I mean, like I said,
Mike Tomlin comes to mind.
Mike Tomlin over in Pittsburgh. You have Flores down in Miami, who, I mean, look at what he's doing with that organization. Mm-hmm. I don't know what ethnicity Robert Saleh is, but the last name would lead me to believe that he might be part Middle Eastern or something.
Right. So
that technically is a minority hire too, isn't it?
Who is the football coach hire? He is Puerto Rican, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not quite sure, but right. I think that when you look at the coaches, and to be honest with you, I didn't know how many black coaches there were or weren't in the NFL. So that goes to show
never crosses my mind. Yeah,
how important it is to me on whether the skin color of a person. I want the guy. Look, as a Bears fan, I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. I don't care what you are. Please just come lead my team and win. Like, that's all I care about.
How about this? I want more fat guys in the NFL.
Nation.
Andy Reid is checking out one of the best coaches out there.
You can check out the
full
episode.
I posted today. We finally got our own. We finally got our own.
Or you can check us live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. East Coast time on YouTube.com/Man Hour. Or you can download the podcast form on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well. Man Hour Nation, stand up.